So I thought I'd maybe touch on what I do to stay warm. I used to work in the oil field, and of course I learned how to stay warm that way. And then when I was no longer working in the oil field and was having to wear different clothes to do hobbies and activities, I found that like the stuff from high school didn't fit anymore, and I kind of needed to find new stuff. So it's kind of been a long search to see what I could find, but yeah, I thought I'd show you. And it's on a budget too. Of course, I love all the cool colored snowsuits, and one day would like to get Gore-Tex and some, a matching set. Like, I don't know, you see the cool ones that are dope snow and all that, but I just got what I could and it kind of works. So, typical Carhartt toque. I actually won this in a giveaway. It has an association's logo on the back of it that I used to work for. And then this jacket is a Columbia. I don't know where they have a logo on it. Columbia Omni Shield. I'm guessing it's a few years old just by the colors because it was really popular a few years ago. And but I really like it. When I bought it, I just thought it had these little stripes, but it's actually got like little wolves or little dogs. So I thought that was kind of cool. I believe these are actually just rain pants that I'm wearing right now. I probably could have put on my snow pants, to be honest with you, but I'm nearly 6 foot, and they're actually like long enough for me. And I think these are Wind River. I think honestly they're the most expensive, and I don't say that as a flex, but they're the most money that I spent on what I'm wearing. I bought them, I'm pretty sure, like used around 80 or 90 bucks. I wish they were a little bit more waterproof. Like they definitely repel, but they're not like waterproof. But they're really good and they keep me warm. I actually wear them more to be like a wind pant than a rain pant. This jacket I actually bought on Poshmark. I love Poshmark. I think I paid 40 bucks for it plus shipping. And then the rain pants, yeah, I bought them new, and they're the one thing that still kind of fits from high school, so I'm happy about that. And then I'll show you guys when we get back to the house, but my snow pants are Misty Mountain Technologies. I've had base layers from them that were really good. I don't know if they're in company anymore. Also bought them on Poshmark. I think I paid like 30 bucks for them. So you can find good gear for a good price. But what I typically do to stay warm is I limit the amount of cotton that I'm wearing, which I'm realizing as I'm looking at this, I'm kind of breaking that rule because this toque is either acrylic or it has cotton in it. And I am wearing right now a cotton hoodie, but typically I don't. So I wear like leggings as long as they are like mostly like a polyester or synthetic fiber. These ones have pockets in them. They're just off of Amazon. And then I'll typically wear, I don't think I am right now, like a Lululemon top. Like, don't be afraid to wear what you already have. Like, I typically wear like a Lululemon Swiftie, has like a t-shirt. I prefer the long sleeves, so typically wear that as a base layer top. And then I have either a polar fleece, like 3/4 zip or half zip, or like an actual sweater, a crew neck sweater, I think is what you'd call it, that I wear over top of that, underneath this jacket and my snow pants. My snow pants are quite, they have like a polar fleece lining in them already, so they're quite warm. Honestly, with moving around, I probably wouldn't need to really wear anything more than just leggings in them. But I am typically a very cold person, so I like to wear more layers than I need, and I typically bring more options to change into. When we're getting really cold, I try to keep with polar fleece as like a mid layer, so I wear like these, just a synthetic fiber. as a base layer to keep me dry. And then I wear a polar fleece on top of that to keep me warm. And then usually this just to keep like wind and a little bit more warmth. My phone was being held up on this pole, this gazebo, by my glove. So I only have one. But I typically try and wear like liners, and I have some T-Max heat gloves that also have like the ability to type with them. They're just like a glove liner. I bought them from Mark's, as I'm Canadian, and I typically wear them if I'm really cold, but otherwise I really like these. These are, I think you say Dakin. I bought these also on Poshmark, but I really like them because they're like either a leather or pleather type material. They have the piece to hold them on if you're skiing, you don't lose them, and they fit pretty nice. I could fit a liner in these, so I'm gonna like probably keep doing that. And if I'm not wearing these, I like polar fleece gloves. I just find that ones with this material, they're a little bit, they give you more dexterity and they stay drier. I find that the double line polar fleece is what I wear. Sorry, the double line polar fleece which I wear is pretty good at staying dry, but it'll eventually get wet and seep through. So I do like that. And I do like something with a gauntlet. I think gauntlet. Even my polar fleece ones I have are longer. Now the original polar fleece ones that I wore, I've actually lost the set. I only have one. I want to make more. They're double lined with the gauntlet, and I find that they keep you pretty warm. But I've even bought the ones from Dollarama, to be completely honest with you, and they have been as good, if not, yeah, pretty good. They have one layer of polar fleece and separate like different pockets for each finger. I bought them because they had the color that went really good with my jacket. But if you're trying to be on a budget, hey, I think they're great quality. I think, and I'm gonna also like go back to these leggings, but I feel like I didn't buy these were given to me by a friend, but I think they weren't very expensive. I've seen them before where they're like a pack of certain ones. So maybe if I can show you guys, I will. And try and link them, I don't know. But that's what I typically wear. I wear wool socks, and these are mucklucks. These are Manitoba mucklucks. They're really good for around town. But when we're in like other weather and maybe colder weather, deeper snow, I actually have another pair of mucklucks that are Steiger mucklucks that I swear by. I've had them since 2013. Paid good money for them then, and I'm still happy with them. And I've walked a lot of places that you'd think would maybe scuff up the sole. Like in the time of having those Steiger mucklucks, I went through 2 sets of these Manitoba ones, and to be honest, I probably should have. I stretched out the first pair, like kept them a little bit longer than I should have, but they're pretty good quality. So, yeah, thought I'd show you guys this stuff, and I'll probably try and insert some clips on my other stuff that I wear. And something else to touch on is I'm not wearing it right now because it's only about, I think, -5, but we get down to about -40 here, if not colder. I'm in West Central Alberta, and typically what I'll wear when it gets super cold is like some sort of acrylic. I don't like acrylic or wool scarf that I wrap around that I can put like, basically I tuck it underneath my glasses so that hopefully I can like direct all the heat away from my glasses so they don't fog up. But I protect like basically everything but here on my face. And I have, when I've done tours and stuff at my parents' feeding horses and whatnot, I have wore goggles, but it's not the first thing I grab. But typically try and cover the face, and you kind of look like an abominable snowman, but I'm pretty sure everybody is used to it. I think there's a Canadian saying or some sort of cold weather saying where, so you don't love me in my bundle uppy, you don't get me in my skippy downy. I feel like it's accurate. You just get used to seeing people bundled up. So yeah, if I can help anybody, I say, you know, help the girlies, but if there's any guys that can gain from what I'm talking about, I hope so. I guess to touch on that really quickly before I go finish this walk is what I would change if I was a guy would veto the, well, if you want to wear them, by all means, but I would probably veto the leggings and switch to like a like a synthetic boxer, or if you guys have like boxer, like long johns, longitch, that go all the way down to your legs, or that are just like wear like a wool based or polar fleece based long john over top of whatever like underwear that you would wear. Same thing is definitely synthetic or wool. I cannot stress that enough. I am very much a believer that cotton kills. As I'm wearing this, sorry, I'm just out for a little walk tonight, not full on activity, but that definitely helps. Yeah, I would wear that, and the same thing, have kind of like a gym shirt that you wear with a sweater, polar fleece or wool on top, and then underneath your jacket. I find you guys are typically warmer, so hopefully that works. And keep your face covered when it's really cold, and make sure you wear thick enough pants, and don't wear your jeans under your wind pants and your ski pants. I don't think that's gonna help. So I'm not a dude, hopefully that helps. Okay, but we're gonna go on the rest of our walk, so why don't you come along? It's a little chilly. I'm back in the house, but I thought I would really quickly show you, since I talked about them. It's my like snow pants that I typically wear. I shouldn't say typically wear, I just got them, but I really like them. They're similar to the ones I used to have that went missing, but they are, I don't know if you guys can see that the right way, Misty Mountain. I do think these are men's, to be honest with you, but with me being tall, I typically buy men's so I have long enough for my legs, but they snap together and they buckle.